Hey entrepreneur, this is Mark Newsom, Mr. Marketing. Welcome to this special presentation entitled How to Increase Sales in Retail, ladies and gentlemen, without going broke in the process. Yes, indeed, that can be a challenge. Entrepreneur, this video is going to show you how to increase sales in retail, and you're not going to have to spend a fortune while you do it. That's the other thing, ladies and gentlemen. Don't forget, too many small business owners and or service providers and startups for that matter, they spend a whopping 500% on average more than they need to paying retail, trying to create that all important first time customer and or client. And as a direct result, they stay behind the eight ball, and within 5 years or less, a staggering 88% of them are gone. So once again, as we mentioned in part one, we're going to say you have this nice upscale, for the most part, it's a gourmet coffee shop, but you sell other, hard to find exotic items like jams and peanut butters and all this sort of stuff and teas. But your main thing is people love your coffee. Now, here's one particular strategy that you could use long term. Since you're a member of the Chamber of Commerce, look for companies that are going to be doing grand openings that are non-compete with yours. And here's what you might do. You make an arrangement to show them how they can increase the average amount that people will spend. So, for example, you'd have a sign in there, nice big giant display sign, two signs actually, or excuse me, I'm sorry, one sign, and I'll get to the other strategy in a second. The first sign would be, it would say, "Do you love coffee?" Big giant sign. Then would exist list four or five of these exotic coffees that you specialize in. It says free drawing. Win 1 year's worth of coffee, a 10-pound bag every month for the next year. In other words, you're trying to list build them. You're trying to leverage this grand openings people's list. But here's the other thing. On the back of the grand opening company's business card, it'll say on there that they get a free bag of coffee with every purchase over $10, and it just tells them to come to your store. In other words, to redeem this thing, and then maybe have the people punch a hole in the card or something so that you know they spent money. And if you don't want to give it away, you give it to them at cost. Maybe that might be better. So you give them this free bag of coffee that would, remember this is like a gourmet coffee. So normally this pound would cost, this 5 pound bag would cost X. You're going to sell it to them at your actual cost. Now, that's the first thing. Now, once the grand opening is over, they still put that business card, their two-sided card, in each purchase with their customers going forward, so that this gets these people to come to your retail store for virtually pennies on the dollar. Now just think about that one strategy, ladies and gentlemen, working with grand opening companies that are you're doing this through the two ways. You're doing it through the your affiliation in the Chamber of Commerce, and you're also leveraging it because remember, they're going to give the business owner themselves a deal on this coffee because they're going to supply it so that they can turn their employees onto it, and then maybe once a week they'll have whatever this different exotic coffee you want to share with them. They'll have it out so when the people come in, they can just get a complimentary cup of coffee. And if they happen to ask, "Wow, this is really good. Where could I get this?" Then they'll just have the retailer, coffee retailer, will just have their little card, in a little card holder right by the display where this coffee is, and the people just told, "Hey, just grab a card." And then on the back of the card it'll say, "Because you're a valued customer of whatever the grand opening company is, you're entitled to X% off your first purchase," or whatever. But it gets them into your store. Now here's the other end of the spectrum. Companies, sadly, that are going out of business. Look, they're trying to liquidate and get as much money out of people as they can. So you will approach these people and say, "Hey, you'd be willing to give their customers the coffee drinkers, a bag of gourmet coffee of their choice, and give it to them for 50% off." So that would be an arrangement you would make. Now, obviously, all these companies won't go for it, but again, remember, they're aggressively trying to get as much capital as they can before they close the doors. So this could be something where you have an actual salesman part-time that just goes out, maybe looks online, looks in the newspapers, works their contacts, and whenever they find out about a company that's about to go out of business, have a liquidation sale, reach out to them. So again, these are two simple strategies that you could use year round that 99% of your competitors will not, absolutely positively not be using. And it's a simple, powerful, proven, battlefield tested way to show you how to increase your sales in retail without going broke while you do so. So on that note, for those of you who want to discover how you can add an additional 25% more gross profit to your bottom line, entrepreneur, you want to do so in the next 90 days or less without having to add any new customers or clients, then what you're really saying is you want to grab that free 9-page special report. You want to head over to youcanmarketonlinenow.com/sales, because that's where you can get it. Now, entrepreneur, I got a quick question. Who else do you know in business right now who's struggling, who could use some help? Do they respect your opinion? Because if they do, I want you to forward this video to them ASAP and help them out. They'll thank you for it later. On the other hand, if you're wondering what you need to do to get to the bottom, I'm sorry, what you need to do to increase your bottom line in the next 90 days or less without having to add any new customers or clients, then I'm going to highly recommend that you grab your free 22-part Small Business Marketing Mastery Series. It's an additional free 22 sequential emails, ladies and gentlemen, that you're going to receive on top of the free 9-page special report. That's correct. It's my free gift to you. It's a $97 value. And here's the best part. Entrepreneur, after you join the inner circle, if for whatever reasons you're not totally convinced it will help you get to the next level, because after all, nobody can be everything to everybody. If you find that's the case, then please feel free to unsubscribe anytime you wish for whatever reason you want. This is Mark Newsom, Mr. Marketing. We'll see you again next time on the Marketing Minute.